Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever it is for you. For me, it's just about sunset, so it's probably about 7 o'clock, 7:15 in glorious uptown Kyiv here. And I'm going to continue the walking tour series. If you take a look behind me, hey, Pugga Mahone, we're doing another walk tonight. And let's see, can you see it there? Behind me, there's the KFC, and then right in front of KFC, that's the Pechursk metro station. Hey Raven, hey Jan, hey Evie. So we're doing another walking tour. Let me show you this here. Hey Helena, hey Carl. How's everybody doing tonight? It's not the regular Live at 5, right? This is a continuation of the walking tour series. I'm sorry to hear that, Raven. Hey, Jasmine, how's life in Canada? The Great White North. So I'm going to take you guys on one of my favorite walks. But before I do that, hey, Laufer. Before I do that, let me show you this intersection. Now, look, this is a major European capital city, right? And the traffic is going to be loud. I'm going to do the best I can. But there's going to be a lot. Hey, Dive Hard, long time no see, man. How you living? What are you up to, brother? We're going to take one of my favorite walks down here. But let me show you this. This is a big intersection here. And you can see you got 4 lanes of traffic on each side. It's evening rush hour. Rush hour is just about finishing up. So I'm hoping the traffic is going to die down a little bit. It'll be easier to hear. But take a look at this beautiful city. There's the Pechursk metro station right over there in front of KFC. And then you've got these, I think most of these are post-Soviet apartments. And then some brutalist architecture from the Soviet Union. That is the elections building, where free and fair elections are managed out of here in Ukraine. Hey, Tony. I'm going to flip the camera around now. Finland's in the house. Hello, Finland. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay. Now, take a look. This is what they call Rose Alley. I think if we were in the United States, it would probably be Rose Lane. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Harry. You were playing with AK-47s in Lithuania. Wow, you do get around, Dive Hard. If you're not underwater, you're blowing shit up, huh? Now, it looks like the gardeners have been through deadheading these. But look it. Here's a little yellow mini. A lot of those still blooming. But this gets much better. Hang in there. Hey, Josie. Now, just take a look over here. Look at this. I don't know if you can really see it, but it is magnificent. Look at these reds. All right, I'm going to get there's a wonderful aroma. The air itself is sweet from these. Look at these pinks. Look at them. These yellows start out as white, and then as they mature, they become a brighter yellow. There's a mauve. Look at that back there. More pinks. Look at them. Just explosions of color. Every conceivable color of rose that you can imagine, or that exists rather, is here. Hey, Mad Mike. Look at how gorgeous these are. And the scents off them are just wonderful. Now, you know, the thing about roses, right, for anybody that grows roses, look at this fuchsia. Look at that. To give you some idea of how big these blossoms are, there's my hand. There's one of those mauves. Look at that. The colors are extraordinary. And look at the size of them. Look at the size of this bloom. Look at that. Big as my hand. Now, you know, I often think when I take this walk down Rose Lane, I often think about the nature of, I don't know, does anybody grow roses? Hey, Chrissy Locke. Does anybody grow roses? The thing about roses, they're a lot like apple trees. Apple trees only get fruit on first year wood. Well, roses only bloom on first year wood. Look, here's a double petal. Roses only bloom on first year wood. They're not hard to grow, I don't think, Julian. Not if you meet the basic nutritional requirements and if you take precautions against fungus. And then the other thing is, and this is the tricky bit, this is the thing that so many people don't do. In about 3 weeks, when it starts to get cold, the city gardeners will come in here and they will chop all of these bushes down to a nub, right about 10 centimeters. You leave about 10 centimeters, about 4 inches, just at the base. Because roses only, look at this, roses only bloom on first year wood, first year growth. So I go by people's houses and I see these rose bushes that are 6 feet high. They've hardly got any blooms on them. They haven't been cut in life. Dave, we should be friends. We should definitely be better friends, man. Look at these. You gotta cut them down. Just like you gotta prune your apple trees every year to get apples. You gotta cut your roses down to the base to get new growth and new flowers, right? Right, Chrissy? That's why these have bloomed so well. Because every year the city gardeners will come in and they will just whack them. Look at this lavender. It's a little bit past its peak, but you get a sense of the color. The profusion of varieties here is extraordinary. Now, I mentioned this about the roses. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Can you see it? That's what you want. That's how you get a long stem rose. That's how you can present your love with a bouquet of long stemmed roses. Look at these reds, blood red. And here's a kind of fuchsia. So, again, the thing about roses, they've got to be cut back every year. You got to chop them right down. And that's how you keep beautiful, fungus-free, new growth coming in. And I do rather think that a failed civilization is kind of like these roses. I think about Russia. Oh, look at that. I think about Russia, which is clearly a failed culture, right? It's a culture built on murder, rape, and theft. And a culture like that, a failed society that has failed to meet the basic needs of its people, you only have one choice. You gotta cut it down to the root and start again. And the world better wake up pretty fast, because right now Xi and Putin are in China trying to convince the poorest countries in the world that their way, the way of rape, murder, and theft, is the only way to go. Ah, look at this. A little past its peak. But that's a beauty right there. And next year, after it's cut down, it'll come back stronger. because that's what they do. That's just what they do. Oh, look, there's some nice pinks in here. See them? Look at these whites. Right, Grandma Brenda? There are. Is there a Mercedes rose, Jan? I don't know of it. There are. Oh, shoot. I guess we have to go the long way, huh? I guess so. We can't. Oh, shoot. I guess we have to go the long way, huh? I guess so. We can't. We can't cross straight. We got to go around. So we'll cross the street here. But the thing is, with these roses in their elegant profusion, the nature of them is such that it is a kindness, it is a benefit to them to cut them back. And that's how they stay healthy. And I think a lot of times with human society, there is a parallel there. So Spear Point, friendly love. Where's my yellows? No yellows in this section. Yellows are sympathy. Get well soon. Sorry about your loss. But white. Does anybody know what white is? Hey, Lars. Hey, G2. Hey, Feisty. Feisty's here. Where's a good white one? Let me find some nice whites. Loyalty? That's not my understanding, Feisty. But again, we're talking specifically about the Hallmark crowd, right? The people trying to sell you flowers. Those are actually, they're a pale peach. Boy, they're nice. Look at that. Hey, Solomon. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Courtney Davis. Let's take a look. Boy, look at that. Isn't that something? Look at these. Yeah, like you. Where I just need one white. Give me a white. Pink, pink, pink. Ah, there we go. Look at this. Oh, actually, that's got some pink in it, too. But as I understand it, white, there's yellow, sympathy, loss. As I understand it, whites are, I love you, but I am unworthy of your love in return. It is the love of the chivalrous, the not necessarily unrequited love, but rather true romantic love. Love agape, the idea of love without condition, the idea of love in its purest form, that asks for nothing, requires nothing, but merely is. I say merely when probably it's the greatest thing that there is. Boy, there were such nice white ones on that first bit, and now I can't find a one when I'm talking about it. I timed that badly. I usually start in a different place, but I didn't want to start too close by the house. Unbelievable. It's just pinks and yellows and reds. Ah. But look at, you can see it's a major European capital. And yet these bastards are trying to blow it up every day. Who would want to blow up these roses? It's insanity. It's insanity, megalomania, narcissism, greed, avarice at its worst. Look it. Wouldn't you like to have that in your yard? Look at them. Oh, here's a nice pink. Look at the color on that. I wonder why these guys here, this looks like a nutritional issue. These guys didn't get enough food this year. I mean, look, there's just this. Now look at the growth up there. Look at the growth down there. And then look at this little patch. Now, obviously, something went wrong here. Somebody forgot to feed them, or maybe these had to be dug up and replanted. But something, or they had to be cut down at some point, or, you know, some drunk knocked them all down. I don't know. But clearly something happened, right? Those roses are the same roses as all of these. So why then why have they not grown? Some crucial element for life was missing from their experience, or some damage happened to them. You know, you think about the post-Soviet states, the ones that got away from Russia, all the Baltics, even those that were attacked by Russia or in the Warsaw Pact under the yoke of Russia. They're all blooming. And that little patch right there, that's Ukraine. It hasn't been fed, it hasn't been watered, it's been trampled on by the very worst people in the world. If it hadn't had those quirks of history, those tragic consequences of fate, it would be growing in profusion like every other one of these bushes on this street, and blossoming in the same way. Look at the color on these. You know, when so much of life is luck, we should really be a little more gentle with each other, because really so much of life is luck. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Purity, innocence. I love you, but I am unworthy. Look at the size of this. It's as big as my hand. I am unworthy of your love in return. Pure love, chivalrous love, love without expectation. Hey, super user. Allie, we're taking a walk down Rose Alley. Or in the United States, we probably would have called it Rose Lane. But you can see this is just a highway divider between two lanes of a major street in Kyiv. And it's all planted with trees, baskets of hanging flowers, and of course, the namesake roses. The namesake roses in an abundance of color, in absolute profusion, all the way down here. Now, I don't know how far we've been walking, maybe about a half a kilometer, about a third of a mile maybe. And it's just one after another. It's astonishing. It's just absolutely astonishing. And it's one of my favorite walks in the city. So, Allie, this is one of my I'm doing these walking tours now, right? Because I'm fat and out of shape. And Arn was busting my ass about it. And I thought, you know what? He's right. I got to do something about it. So I'm trying to walk about 2.5 kilometers a day to get started. I've been doing a little lifting. I restarted my Tai Chi routine. Hey, Chef Deb. Look at this. How would you like somebody that loved you to show up with a dozen of those, huh? That's a nice day. Where am I at here? Okay. I think this is me. Maybe it wasn't, I'm not sure. Okay. So that's Rose Alley. And then this divider continues down here. I'm not sure what happened here. It's usually these little privet hedges. Looks like somebody's been doing some work on these. Looks like they're probably getting ready for the fall. Fall cleanup, the grass is freshly mowed. The mulch is piled up here waiting to be taken away. There's good city services despite the war. And that's a tricky business. It's no joke at our age, Waldo. You are not wrong. It is beautiful, Chef Deb, isn't it? Chrysanthemums? I didn't see any chrysanthemums. Where'd you see chrysanthemums? Chef Deb, you put it beautifully. Beauty in a city under siege. Can you rent a Corvette here? Let me tell you something. As a kid, growing up in the United States, my dream was to have a Corvette. That was all I could. A neighbor had a Stingray, 1967 Stingray. Loved that car. Jealous of him my whole life. And I thought, when I grow up, I'm going to have me a Corvette. And so, you know, I grew up. I got married. I went to work for Microsoft. I could finally afford a Corvette. So I went down to the lot to test drive a Corvette. Most uncomfortable motherfucking thing I've ever been in, next to a Lamborghini. Lamborghinis are the worst. I couldn't really fit in it. It's too small for me. Getting out of it was like, pain in the ass. I might as well be driving a Miata. You know, I'm like 6'2", I go about 300 pounds. A Corvette is not the car for me. I'm built for luxury, not speed. So, Breeze, I have no idea. I would assume, yes, you can rent a Corvette here, if that's something that you're interested in. Look at these Calabrosia. Look at, there's these big baskets of petunias. There's some petunias back there. Petunias, mixed Calabrosia baskets. Now those baskets dry out. All of this has to be watered on an ongoing basis. So they managed to keep it up. It's tough though. See these trees over here that are all dead? These are, the tree of Kyiv is the chestnut. It's the symbol of Kyiv, the European chestnut. And there's a problem right now in Ukraine. There is a blight. It's a fungal infection. There's a blight, all right, it's the orcs. But there's also a blight on the trees. It's a fungal infection. They all need to be sprayed, but there is no money for a spraying program. So that's not happening. That's going to have to wait until after the war. They'll probably mostly have to be cut down, unfortunately, and replanted. Because they're all, every one of them is infected. The ones outside my apartment, the ones on the street here, they're all curling now with the fungus, or just outright dying, like you see over there. Yeah, happy Labor Day to all the Americans. Happy Labor Day, everybody. It's, I had forgotten it was Labor Day. And then my son texted me that he wasn't working today, that he was off. And I said, why are you off? And he said, it's Labor Day. And I'm like, oh shit, we don't have Labor Day here. I forgot it was Labor Day. Is it Labor Day in Canada? Do you guys have Labor Day? Feisty, I'm sorry, I really don't know. Is it really? Is that a thing in Canada? What do you guys think? Is Trump dead or what? I hear he hasn't been seen in 5 days. And that video of him is from June. Video from June is not exactly proof of life in September. It's still rush hour, as you can tell. I'm sorry it's so loud. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe a headset and a microphone instead of just using the phone. That's probably what I should have done. This is one of the main thoroughfares in Kyiv. It's Lesy Ukrainki. It's named after a poet, a Ukrainian poet, who died pretty young. She wrote most of her material as a teenager and 20-something. And her poetry is full of passionate longing and a desperate attempt to try to grab a hold of her own existence and control of her own life in a world of luck, of bad luck, a lot of bad luck. She was never a well person, but she had a heart that burned like a shooting star across the sky. Divehard seems pretty positive that Trump has just about had it. I don't know, pal. Is it wishful thinking? I don't want to get too excited. I feel like everybody that's posting that he's dead is just teasing me. Hey, Eli. How you doing? Nice to see you. So after Rose Lane, it's all just privet hedges, trees, and hanging baskets, all the way down to the end here, where we come to another major intersection. The road here runs out, and then it comes to a kind of square and turns into Taras Shevchenko Boulevard, another really important Ukrainian poet from the 18th century. It is said that the publication of his works is one of the things that led to the 1796 ban on the publishing of books in Ukrainian. Right? So the Russians have been trying to stamp out the Ukrainian language for at least 230 years. Catherine the Great passed a law that forbid the publication or teaching of Ukrainian. And of course, the Russians in the temporarily occupied territories are doing exactly the same thing today, 230 years later. Yeah, it was plus 30 here on Saturday when we were at the beach, which was a great day. Hey, Uncle Christopher. Oh, I don't know. American cities are pretty nice, man. I love New York. I love LA. I love San Francisco. I love San Diego, Houston, Austin, Dallas, Chicago, even Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's cleaned up its act a lot. I do like Philadelphia, but I never go there. My father's entire family is there, so I avoid it, as you can understand. Do you guys want to go to the mall? Take a look at the mall. There's a mall down here. Now that, actually, I can tell you a story about that. Do you see that tower there? That's actually on top of a nightclub. And a buddy of mine was looking to rent the space as a He wants to open a Western saloon here in Kyiv. He thinks that there's an appeal for that. They do like cowboy hats, boots, and line dancing. And that's what he wants to do. So he was going to rent it. He was thinking of renting it. And I got to go on the tour with the real estate. Woo! I got to go on the tour with the real estate agent. And up above the club, there's a series of small rooms that were obviously at one time a casino. You got blackjack tables, roulette wheels, smoking lounges, little private sidebars. It's really quite a thing. It's quite a space. And it just keeps going. Like, you think you're at the top. No, there's another floor. There's like 6 floors above of these tiny little rooms above the main club area. Hey, Wanpa. Where are you at, pal? You want to meet me? You know where I am. Oh, now look over here. Look across the street. Because it looks like we got... Okay, see this place here? With the boxy apartments? That's Stalin right there. Those are Stalin prefabs. But then on either side of it, you've got some wonderful pre-Revolutionary War stuff, right? So pre-1917. Gosh, that might even be older. That might be more Baroque. Not sure. And then you can see it goes, again, pre-Revolutionary War, Stalinist architecture, down to some more modern stuff, like this. Right, this is Gulliver Mall. Well, there's 2 Gullivers. There's the Gulliver Office Tower Center, and then there's Gulliver Mall. Oh, Chef Deb, this town's full of them, let me tell you. It's Gulliver, baby. I know, do you guys want to go in? Do you want to see the mall? Or should we continue on the street? I got an open mic tomorrow. It's a pretty long walk to open mic, but maybe we'll do that. Look at that. And then more Soviet-era brutalist architecture. Pre-revolution. Hey, RK News, how you doing? And a KFC, yeah. Chrissy Locke says, continue on the street. Do not go into the mall. There is a Domino's. Now, I'll tell you a funny thing. I am not a fan of Domino's. Not at all. Domino's in the United States is the worst. Domino's here is not that bad. I mean, the problem is the Ukrainians make so much good food. I mean, guys, there is so much really wonderful food in this town. But they fuck up pizza every time. It's awfully hard to find a good pizza in this town. And so by comparison, and then of course the Domino's here uses different ingredients. And so by comparison, and then of course the Domino's here uses different ingredients. And it's better. It's better than the Domino's in the United States. It's still pretty shit though. Dragon's calling on the other line. Can I pick it up or will I lose the live? Dragon's calling on the other line. Can I pick it up or will I lose the live? I'll probably lose the... Domino's in Canada has the best crust. Now look at, do you guys know Dr. Seuss, right? Ted Geisel? He spent some time in Eastern Europe. Look at that building over there. Look at the architecture. Doesn't that remind you of Dr. Seuss's drawings, the architecture in Dr. Seuss? I'm telling you, that guy, all he did was remove all the Western elements from his buildings, and he was left with all those rounded walls and balconies and terraces. I swear to God, that's where he got it from. I don't know how to pause. Chef Deb, do you know I don't know how to pause a live? I have no idea. I know I hear people say that all the time, but I can't find a button for it. Well, we've almost been at this for 45 minutes, which was about what I was going to do, about 45 minutes. That, for me, is about 2.5 kilometers. And I would say that's about how far I've come. Not quite, but close. Try a double-baked Domino's pizza way better. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a place over here, if I wanted pizza, which these days I'm only letting myself have pizza once every 2 weeks. On open mics, when I go to Underground Comedy Club, upstairs is a bar, restaurant called Trattoria del Oro. And they have a good pizza. Ah, shit. Okay, so this is a very common thing in Europe, not so common in the United States. But I can't cross here, right? They make you go underground and over. See those, look at those rounded dome tops. Tell me that doesn't remind you of Dr. Seuss. I mean, really. Breeze, I'm certain you can. I'm certain you can. Yeah, I love it too, man, but I gotta cut back. Right, Wampa? Where are you? Are you home? Or are you downtown someplace? Now that looks. See all those wonderful flared cornices and those archways and that stonework? That's definitely pre-revolution. That could even be Baroque. You know, like very late 1700s to mid 1800s. Look at that place on the end. That's even painted mustard color. Look at that. That's a funny looking thing, isn't it? Boy, look at that. That's a funny looking thing, isn't it? Boy, the Soviet stuff really stands out. Boy, the Soviet stuff really stands out. Okay. Well, it's a little later than medieval, buddy. But that's okay. I feel it. Ah, Richard, that's great. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a live. Thank you all so much. If you are a Patreon supporter, or if you just have a Patreon account, I posted a video today kind of wrapping up our summer projects and talking about what's next. Take a look at that if you have a chance. Thanks, autocorrector. How's life in Germany? Final thoughts as the sun sets on another glorious day in beautiful uptown Kyiv. Stressful. Sorry to hear it. I'm glad that I don't have that problem. No reason to stress in this town. Look at that. You don't quite get the colors of the sunset reflecting off that building. Hey, Truthful. The Netherlands. Thanks, my fishing addiction. Yep, I'll be live at 5, Chef Deb, just like always. Thanks, Chrissy Locke. Thanks, Breeze. I know there's some sidebar conversations. I don't want to cut you guys off. Yeehaw! But I think it's about time for me to go. Peace out, Breeze. Take care.